Thanks for joining us. Whiskey Happens. It's time for a whole video.
Let's do it.
Travis, you did some shopping. Some shopping I was there for, some shopping you were not there for. But I know you've been at some shit, you filthy animal.
Yeah, a little bit. So have you. What are you drinking on though?
Soon to be a classic. This is a sample from our recent pick. We just returned from Kentucky. It won't be as recent by the time you see this video, but most recently we were in Kentucky and we did a pick at New Riff that we should be picking up sometime in May.
This is true.
The second go round.
Yeah. John Riff, chapter 2. So very excited.
How about you? What do you?
I opened up for the first time because when I had gotten back, you text me and also John had said something about the OKI Reserve, and I hadn't opened it yet. Like, it's just one of those ones that I've come to realization. Look, I can't open everything I want to open because what ends up happening is I open it, and if it doesn't go on these shelves, I don't see it. I normally don't go for it, and I put it underneath, and then I don't drink it, and it's like, it takes too long. So till I build my speakeasy, which is coming soon, hopefully, I have tried to not open as many bottles just to reserve them, even though this is now over a year that I got this. It's been at least a year, over a year.
Literally the last time we went to Kentucky. Correct.
So about a year.
Our last barrel pick.
And it's really good. I'm not going to complain about it. So very, very good stuff. But that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is what we got. Things that people want to see. The people want to see. So, Garrett, what'd you get? What's something? Show me something.
I figure I'll start with the easiest thing to get rid of because I think we've been excluding this lately, but I've honestly gotten so many that have like transferred hands that I figured I would just knock both of these out at the same time.
Sounds good.
So we got a Blanton's and we got Eagle Rare.
There you go.
Nothing to write home about. It's just
tater.
What's that?
Tater.
Yeah, I mean,
can't help it.
This year has been exceptionally, I don't want to say good, but Blanton's have been easier to find this year. And then the Eagle Rare, did I really need it? No, but it was there.
I hear you.
So it happened.
Right there with you. And so I'll start with it as well. Eagle Rare. This is what John, myself, Garrett, and Bradley, Albert Booth, and Daniel also all got when we went to Buffalo Trace while we were in Kentucky. That was the day we were there. That's what they were doing. It was interesting. One of the longest lines I've seen, which was really crazy. And then, two more things. Longest line I'd been in since I'd been going. 2, everyone was really excited about the Eagle Rare. So it's still hard to get. Like when they came out and announced that we were there and they announced, they're like, today we have Eagle Rare. And everybody was like, yeah. And I was like, we were all like, oh, okay, that's fine. It didn't, like, out of the whole thing, it didn't really matter. We all, for the most part, most of us had everything that they potentially could be giving out that day. And third, the price has gone up a little bit. MSRP there was $40. So used to be in the 30s. Now it's 40. So pretty interesting. I think we're going to start seeing a increase in prices across the bourbon world. But just like Garrett said, it was there. Couldn't pass it up.
All right. Next up on the list is a New Riff single barrel, which I know you're like, Garrett, you don't even drink rye. It happened. It was more so we were there doing the pick. And if you've ever had the pleasure of going to New Riff and Grover was your tour guide, he's definitely the best tour guide there. Nothing against the rest of them. He just is the best. Everyone knows Grover. This is our third time hanging out with him, meeting him.
Yep.
And he did the tasting notes on this. So if you happen to have, where did they put it? Barrel number 15392, single barrel rye, 112.9 proof. Grover did those tasting notes, so I just got it, and it tastes great. I broke it open Sunday because I was like, did I just buy this because I was hyped up? Grover was there, you guys were there, and I got caught up in everything. But no, I opened it Sunday, and it's still held true. I like it just the way I experienced it at the distillery.
Yep. Very good.
All right, Travis.
I held mine up at the same time just because we got to speed this process up. We can't go through every single one all the time. So next on the list, while we were in Kentucky, stopped by a really special place, Castle and Key. Had never been there. Met when Whiskey Right was here in Dallas. I met the guy who is the distributor here for Castle and Key, and he was super nice. He actually pulled this out and let me taste this. This is a limited release that they did only at the distillery, so they didn't ship this out. You can only get it at the distillery. It is their single barrel rye. It comes in at 115 proof. It is phenomenal. I love this. I was so excited that we were going to be in Kentucky so I could stop at Castle and Key. I was hoping they still had some left because, like I said, you can only get it at the distillery. So super excited. It was really good. Had it while I was there. I haven't cracked it open yet, but had it while I was there. It was great.
It is quite a positive spin. I know that we did try to get some distillery only releases, and I'm not going to throw any distillery under the bus, but we did go one place in particular where a majority of their distillery only releases aren't good.
Yeah.
Aren't worth the money.
Well, if you listen in, so our podcast will have already dropped. So if you go back and listen to our podcast from this week, you'll know which one we're talking about.
Because I probably won't name names.
I will.
I don't want to ruin things for people, but
I will.
The point is that was I did taste it at the tasting bar. That was it's better than their regular rye. Like, I don't like the Restoration rye.
Yeah.
And that is far superior to it. So I good choice, Travis.
Yeah. How about you?
This isn't a distillery only release. However, we did talk about this, or I talked about it coming up on upcoming bourbons to be released. Mm-hmm. So, and I will say this, I was worried about it, and it's funny that today, real time today, but if you guys haven't seen Fred Mimick's video, he just did a video on the bottle that they released before they rebranded. So this is Green River Wheated Bourbon. Talked about it before, 90 proof. Got to try it before I bought it. That's not true. I tried it after I bought it, and I felt good about it. But if you guys don't remember, Green River originally was doing the terraforming, aging bourbon quickly, and it just didn't work. They rebranded as Green River. Some people have shifted around and gone on to other things. I'm not personally connected to any of that stuff, so I'm not talking. I don't mean anything by that other than hands have changed, and this is their newest product. 90 proof. I believe I paid like $35 for it. So, wheated bourbon, $35. Will it replace my Woodford? We'll see.
We'll see. Okay. Well, I got one that will replace one of my ryes on my shelf because it's that good. This is a Texas whiskey. So this is a rye whiskey, 100 proof from Blackland Distillery. I went out there and did the 4-year anniversary. They invited me out, shoot content, do that this past month, or it was the end of the last month, the month before, but we hadn't gotten to share this with our haul video. Really, really great juice out of Fort Worth. If you are in the Dallas area and you have not gone to see Blackland, go to Blackland Distillery. Really cool bar that they've got there, and they're putting out some really good juice. And you know, they're putting out other things than just bourbon. If you don't want to drink just bourbon, they got other things too. But I'm going to do a review on that eventually with Garrett, because I think it's a rye that he actually will like too.
Those are bold words.
You started liking more
bold words.
Just saying.
I like good whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say I like rye, but I like good
Okay.
whiskey.
All right. I'll give that to you.
All right. This is the last thing I got in Kentucky. One in the wild. Thank you, Travis. And then I also picked up a second bottle because I opened this. We had a cigar night, me, Brad, John, Daniel, and opened this bad boy. Not mine, but another one. And if this is truly the last wood finishing um, edition in the series, it's a good way to go out. We're going to do a review on this in a week, so you can hear what we think about it. If you can't tell, I liked it.
Very true. Picked up it as well, and I'm super excited to try it. All I've heard is really good things, but like Garrett said, you can check out our review on it in a couple days. Lastly, for me, lastly, the bottles I actually have in possession, I'll run through really quick some of the ones that I've got sitting with friends who I just need to get them from. Chattanooga, which is super awesome, which we're going to Chattanooga pretty soon. This week. This is single barrel roasted edition. I've already opened it. We've talked about it. Garrett and I talked about it on one of on I think our podcast. When I had actually opened that and try it, but I hadn't talked about why I got it. My buddy Matt got me this when he was in Tennessee, and it's a roasted finish. It's kind of interesting. It smells very different. It tastes very different. It's something that if you haven't tried and you see one out in the wild, grab it. It's very different.
All right. And for my last one, this was an assist from Phil. We have the Woodford Reserve historic entry point.
Nice.
Travis has talked about this before. I just got my own. Very excited to get into this. Travis, 100% review coming for this for damn sure.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's nothing more I can say about that other than looking forward to opening that. Haven't gotten into it quite yet.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. The last couple of ones I'm going to end with is that one there. I have not picked it up from Phil. We have not been able to grab some time together for me to grab it from. And then John's got 2 bottles that I'm getting from him shortly, which is the Boo Rye from this year, which I'm excited to try and compare against the Boo Rye from last year because I really like the Boo Rye from last year. And
Who's Boo Rye?
High West.
Boo Rye?
High West. So really excited to try that. And then I love the fact that they did it's a rabbit with antlers. So it's just hilarious. Like they did it kind of comical this year. It's more like animated looking. So the bottle is really cool. But then also I got the Bookers from 2204. So another one I haven't picked up, haven't even tried yet. I'm just really excited. Well, no, it's not true. I did try it. Garrett, when we were at the tasting bar, got it and let me try it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm super excited about it. It's so good. If you guys haven't gotten it, or if it's in your area and you can get it. I promise you. The 03 was amazing. The 04 is almost just as good. I think it's a little bit different, but it's just as good. So if you haven't, go out and grab that one too.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our April haul. I'm looking forward to next month. Got a little more traveling to come. I know one that we're both going to have. Yes. And until then, it doesn't matter if you like a neat, on the rocks, or in a Coke. Whiskey happens.
Cheers. Everybody.